Gigi, you ready?
He's always ready. All right, what's the first story? You gonna start?
I'm going to introduce. I'm going to say.
Yeah, I'll introduce us, but you wanna get your phone going?
Yeah, I thought you'd do the first story. These are the two I want to do. The German and then the kid one at the last.
Okay.
So what do you want to do first? Me do the German one first? And then you do that one?
Yes.
Okay.
Hey guys, this is Team Financial Fitness bringing you the news for today. Stacy, why don't you go ahead and tell us about what's going on in Germany?
Actually, I'll let Gigi tell you.
Yeah, Gigi can tell us.
Gigi, yeah. So I found this very interesting. German is the state. They're starting to allow food stores to ban the unvaccinated. And they said the purpose was, what is the goal of this move? And they said to literally starve to death the people who refuse to take the vaccines. Also from France, same thing is happening. If you don't have a vaccine passport, you're not allowed to enter certain stores, businesses. Same thing in Chile earlier this year. And even a video, I'll put the link in the description, of an elderly lady was trying to go into a supermarket. She could not get in there to buy groceries because she didn't have the proper necessary government permission to buy groceries based on the vaccine. That's kind of scary.
This is what happens when you let government get too big. And now the system is broken. That's what happens. Capitalism turns into crony capitalism, and it turns into big government. Yeah. And then the government tells the people what to do, kind of like China and North Korea and all those other places that suck to live in. That's kind of what happens. See, we're a young country. That's why it hasn't happened here yet. But it's starting to. We're starting to see this unfold, and it's happening big time in other places, but it's happening here too. New Orleans is like that.
Yeah, they did.
They're doing all these,
and we're not anti-vaccine.
You can't say all those words. Vandate.
We're not anti-vandate.
Yeah, vandate.
There you go. I'll go with that.
That's we're getting both of them. So they'll take me off like that. I've already experienced it.
All right.
So that's going on in Germany. Go ahead and go to the other one. Oh, this is a good one. The working poor. Now, this is sad. It sucks to work really hard and still be poor. Check it out. Working poor still use food banks as millions had their savings wiped out during the woohoo bat flu. 18 months since the virus, there I go again. I can't quit saying it. Began hunger and food insecurity continue to plague millions of households around the country. Some of these folks have had their life savings drained with no financial safety net for the next crisis, and that is most everybody. Mm-hmm. I hope all of you are fortunate enough to not be tied up in what's going on, but there's a lot of people that are living paycheck to paycheck.
Yep.
That's the way when life is easy and everything's right at the tip of your fingers and you have your little paycheck and you go get your goods and, you buy your new car and you make your little payment. When things go down, it's not like that. And these people are experiencing their wealth just deteriorate from under them. Compound food insecurity and deterioration of financial conditions of households. And it appears the working poor have barely recovered from the pandemic downturn. What's likely to happen, the Biden administration will continue to hand out free money to these folks to prevent social upheaval.
Free money.
Yeah, this is a Band-Aid. This is adding to the problem. This is not a fix. It's heroin. They're getting used to this free money, and you can't give anybody anything. It will make them sorry and worthless. I came up with that saying a long time ago, and it's true. You can look at societies that were here before we were, and the government stepped in and gave them everything on these conservations.
Yep.
It's tough. It's bad.
Yep. You have no pride in what you're doing. You have no, like when we accomplish something, we have pride in it. We fight hard for it. We work for it. You have no pride.
It's so easy to do the minimum.
Yeah.
It's like so easy to do nothing. And when somebody's giving you food, then you don't do anything. And then your kids see you not doing anything, and then they're dependent on Big Brother to take care of them. And that is not where we want to be. The consequences for that are going to be unbelievable. So, That is happening. The poor are working and they're not able to get anywhere.
All right, we got the last story.
Last story.
This one actually is a kind of a heartbreaker. So I'm just going to...
Yeah, this is rough. We were going to do a story just on this because it hits close to home, and it's, not home. It's in another country, but go ahead and talk to
Well,
me.
no, this is about kids, and I'll just speak. Well, I'm going to tear up. So I used to work for the FBI. I used to work in child abuse cases, and I just came across an article where Afghans are so desperate they're actually selling their own children to pay for bills and hoping that they can put their children in better places. And if you want to talk about desperation,
Yeah, see, they're not doing
that's
this.
desperation.
They're not doing this because they're hooked on crack, or they're doing this because they have 3 or 4 other kids that are not eating.
Yeah.
There's no food. There's
Yeah.
no work.
So 2 months after Afghanistan fell to Taliban, they're desperation. They are in absolute desperation. And it talks about here, there's a woman here. Her name is Saylor. I guess that's how you say it. She sold a 3-year-old daughter to satisfy a $150 debt. And she said if
$550
Yeah,
debt.
sorry, I didn't say that correctly.
That's
$550. She said, if this continues, this will be so awful. I will kill my children and myself. I don't even know what we will eat tonight. I couldn't even imagine selling Gigi. I can't fathom or wrap my head around the fact of selling my own child and not knowing what I would eat tonight. There's a book I read about North Korea, a girl, it's called In Order to Live, where she actually managed to escape, her and her mom. It's phenomenal. Everybody should read it. It's called In Order to Live. I would highly recommend.
Yeah,
They lived on grasshoppers.
The
Go ahead.
people in North Korea, when they asked that little girl, and I listened to the book, when they asked her why she left, what made you do it? What made you get out of North Korea? Because where she went was rough, like straight into sex slavery in China. That was a step
Yeah.
up from where she was at.
Yeah.
She
She
said,
had
"What do you?"
eggs to eat.
She said, "What do you mean?" They said, "What made you leave?" She said, "Oh, I heard they feed dogs rice.
Yeah.
I was just hoping for a cup of rice." I thought, man, that is true hunger. If you're looking forward to
Yeah.
eating bugs, it's nuts.
And not only that, she didn't even understand having a choice. When they asked her what color was her favorite, she didn't know how to even make a choice for herself. She didn't know how to think for herself. But anyway, I'll go on a little further. So there's even a former cop that he is going to sell his daughter
This
to a
is
shop
another
owner.
case
Yeah, another in
in
Afghanistan.
Afghanistan.
He's gonna sell his daughter for $580 because he said, I don't have any money. She may have a better future working in a shop than staying with me, and the price may save my family. The poverty rate is at 72% in Afghanistan right now. It's expected to get to 97%. And I don't know if you guys have seen the images lately where literally they have thrown their kids over the walls to get to us.
That's really the measure of a country, is the unemployment rate. You can talk about GDP and manipulation and CPI and all that thing, but when you get people that have no employment, there's no income. Afghanistan does not have special funds for people that don't work, that manipulate the system.
Yep.
They don't have any of that. They've got, if you don't work, you don't eat. And
Nope.
if there's no work, you don't eat. And you have to sell your little girl to somebody else that has money and hope that they're good people. And we know that countries eat up with evil. So that is a truly heartbreaking story. I really hate this doom and gloom stuff, but
I
it's
do
got to be
too.
talked about.
I do too.
It's got to be
But you
talked
know
about. It's
what?
happening right now on our earth.
It is, and if you don't bring it up, and if we're not aware of it, and we don't reach out, and we don't try to form some kind of network to help people, there's Glenn Beck, he has a thing right now that he's helping people escape and try to get out of there.
There's people helping.
Yeah,
There's people doing
but we
their
got to know
part.
about this kind of stuff, or it will get no better.
Yeah, it's so easy to do nothing.
Yep.
And I don't want y'all to do nothing. I actually want to see you at
Yep.
the Red Pill.
Yes, we're gonna be
Expo
there.
in Lafayette, November
Yes.
6th and 7th. We're going to talk about things that we cannot talk about here.
Yep.
I hope I see you there. This is Team Financial Fitness.
And Gigi.
I hope y'all have an awesome day. Hey, hit the like button. It really helps the algorithm to get this message out. And like and subscribe if you wouldn't mind. I appreciate it. Have an awesome day. I'll see you tomorrow.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cry.
Okay.